Okay, so let me ask you something. Do you know where your life is going right now? Or are you just hoping it works out? Because let me tell you, man, the truth is that most of us men say that we want to change our lives. We say, we want better discipline, a new direction, a different future. But here's the problem: most of us try to change things before we even understand what our current position is. And because we skip that step, we keep having to start over. Look, after 25 years in the military and years sitting across the table from young men like yourself who are trying to figure out their future, I noticed something. Before a man makes a real change in his life, he has to answer three solid questions. And these are the same questions that I used to ask when someone sat across from my desk when I was a recruiter several years ago. So if you're a man trying to figure out your direction right now, come on and pull up a chair and listen up. The first question that I would ask is, where are you now? Not where you wish you were, not the vision of your life that you show people. Where are you really? Are you drifting? Are you stuck? Are you doing, all right on the outside, but something inside is feels off or discombobulated? To be honest, most men avoid this question because it requires you to be honest. But if you can't identify your current position, then you can't pick a direction to go in. I mean, that's just the truth. That's just how it is. So here, let's get into the second question that I usually ask. Do you know where you want to go? Now, a lot of men will say yes to this because when I ask them to explain it, they usually can't. They'll say things like, I want success. I want a better life. I want more money. But that's not true direction. Look, direction means you can point to the mission, you know what you're working towards, and until a man decides on a direction, a true direction, his life will just keep pushing him around. Work will keep pulling him one way, responsibilities will keep pushing you another way, and time is going to keep on moving. But during that, you'll never really choose a mission. Now, the third question, and this one matters more than most men realize. What brought you here? Why are you even thinking about change right now? Did something trigger it? Maybe you're going through something. Maybe you're drifting. Maybe something dramatic happened in your life. Maybe you just looked up one day and realized just how fast life is moving. Whatever brought you here, um, I'm going to tell you that moment matters. The fact is that most men don't change until something forces them to take a hard look at their life. I'm an example of that. But now, once a man answers those three questions, I'm going to tell you something powerful happens because now that you're able to answer those questions, now you know where you're at, you know where you're going, and why it matters. And that's when the real work begins. Look, I'm telling you, starting isn't the hard part, finishing is. So, no, we know finishing is not exciting because it's repetitive, it's quiet, it's slow, it's when nobody's watching. Um, There's a point in every goal where the emotion fades. The results aren't showing up yet. The progress feels slower than you expected. And that's when self negotiation starts. That's when you start saying things like, I'll come back to this later. Mm, maybe I need to rethink this thing. Or, I'll start fresh next week, when I have a new perspective. But that's the moments where most men quit. The reality is, finishing is where a man builds his identity, not at the beginning, at the end. When when he follows through, when he stays consistent, when he keeps moving, even when the excitement is gone, that's when things start to happen. So look, so before you try to change your life, make sure you can answer these three questions. Where are you now? Where do you want to go? And what brought you here? Because once those are clear, I'm telling you, then the mission becomes simple. You identify, you decide, and then you execute. Look, if you like this video, then you will like the next video. It's called The Three Reasons Why Men Feel Lost. Again, if you're a man trying to figure out where you are and where you're going, pull up a chair, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and let's talk about it. See you in the next video.